Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Mitchell's Memories, Part 24. As you can remember, I've just completed 4 months of very intensive meditation at Gurudev's ashram in Lakshmanjula. And then suddenly Gurudev sent me a letter calling me to go to join him in another part of India, actually in the jungle. This is in an area near a famous dam called Dimna Dam. So two-day train ride, and I finally reached that destination, and Gurudev greets me magnificently and with so much caring and love and compassion, and I'm just feeling great. The jungle is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. The whole area is magical. Nearby is some farmland where farmers are plowing the fields just with their cattle, like in the old days. And nearby there's a grazing land where cows and water buffaloes and goats are being grazed. Mango trees are everywhere, and pistachio trees. Nearby there's a fantastic river, a little river, which reminds me so much of like a Tarzan movie. And that's where I was going to do my bathing and my swimming. Anyway, there were 3 tents in our little encampment. There was one tent for Gurudev and for his adopted son. He had a son named Guru Prasad, who was destined to be his successor. Another tent for women, another tent for men. And generally there were only a few disciples there, so it was very, very peaceful atmosphere. And there was something really remarkably different than Lakshmanjula was so intense. Here Gurudev, he wasn't scolding, he wasn't yelling at anyone, he's not saying do or die. He was very gentle and like a grandfatherly, like he had a smile on his face, a look like light was coming from him. And he made it was like a reward from all my austerities in Lakshmanjula. Now I had an opportunity just to enjoy myself. He wanted me to practice as much meditation at night as possible, but during the day, I was free. I helped out. I worked in the encampment, but I was also free to walk around and take walks in the forest and the jungle, etc. So it was just an amazing atmosphere. He inside Gurudev's tent, he had a pit where he made a fire, and there was a ceremony called yagna. That is, we kept the fire alive. Sometimes it was 1 day, sometimes 2 days, sometimes a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So we would sit around the fire, meditating, chanting, keeping the fire going. And Gurudev was singing these beautiful Sanskrit hymns. It was such a charged atmosphere. So it was just delightful. I remember buying. I heard Gurudev said we need milk, so I gave the money to buy a cow and a calf, and so we had fresh milk every day with our meals and for our tea, etc. And I had a lot of, speaking of cows, I had a lot of association with animals, wild animals in the jungle. But first I'll tell you, it really began in Lakshmanjula. There, Lakshmanjula was full of monkeys. And there were monkeys in the town, in the trees in the town, outside the town. And one thing I never knew about monkeys, they are gangsters. They are mafia. They love robbing you. In the ashram itself, nothing was safe. We had an open roof, and monkeys would come swing from the trees onto the ashram and steal not only food, but even clothing and personal items. But worst of all was they actually attacked people in the streets to get food. I love purchasing these bananas, and really small bananas, so tasty. And I do it from a shop, and then I walk back to the ashram, and one day a monkey stole my bananas. Another day, one monkey jumps in front of me and I'm startled. Another monkey comes as a teamwork and they stole my bananas. So I asked an Indian boy, what do I do about the monkeys? Oh, he said, no problem. Just pick up a rock and make a loud sound, pretend to throw it, and the monkeys will run away. Okay, a few days later, I have my bananas. A monkey jumps in front of me. I know what to do. I grab a rock. I go, and I go like that, and the monkey doesn't move. He's not afraid. The monkey bends down, picks up a rock, and he goes, imitates it. And I drop the bananas and I run away. So I really never figured out how to handle the bananas. But I have one funny monkey story, which is absolutely true and amazing. One day near the ashram, an entertainer came into Lakshman Jula and he set up shop right next to the ashram. And he brought a monkey, a chained monkey. And what he did, he played music and this monkey danced. And he had a begging bowl. And so people came and the crowd developed. And people, if they liked the music, they put money into the bowl. But there was another group of another group that came to see the show. And that was monkeys. Monkeys in the nearby trees, and they did not like what they saw. They saw one of their own kind in chains. They were angry. And what did they do? They picked up rocks and they picked up sticks, and from the trees, they threw it down on us. They chased the man. They were aiming for that man. They chased the man, the monkey, his money. He ran for his life. In fact, they broke up the whole assembly. Everyone had to run away because the monkeys were so angry. So incredible but true. So now I'm back in Jamshedpur. Now I'm back in the tents in the jungle. And I love my bath. Every morning I would go and smash my clothes on the rocks in the river. I don't think they ever got clean, but that's what you're supposed to do. But I love swimming in that river. And again, I said it's like a Tarzan movie. And I was young, and when you're young, you're fearless. I wasn't afraid of anything. And one day I heard a loud sound I never heard before. I looked behind me. There was a stampede of water buffaloes. There must have been 50 of them charging full speed down the river right towards me. Well, if you've never know what a water buffalo is, huge, almost the size of an elephant. And not only that, the water buffaloes always look angry, and they were not going to stop for anyone. So I'm generally not a fast swimmer, but I swam fast then. I swam, just got to the shore in time. So for 4 months I swam in this river every day. Then I would sunbathe afterwards because it's cold in the morning and I like to warm up in the sun. And just before I was going to leave India, I noticed as I was sunbathing, coming out of the river was a snake. And this snake was huge. I would estimate about 10 feet long and fat. And my God, I've been swimming with this water snake for 4 months. The water snake came out, not for me, the water snake climbed up a tree, found a bird's nest, and took the egg. And it was a huge egg. This is a huge bird, a huge egg. And I actually watched him eat the egg. And how it fit into his body, I will never know. Okay, other adventures with animals. Bear once came to our tents, and we were shocked to see it. It was a shock to see us, and we both ran. We ran one direction, the bear ran another direction. Then elephants came down from the mountains. They came down because to get food from the farmers when the harvest was going to come. And the farmers tried to stop them. So in the nighttime, the farmers would go out and bang pots and pans and sing and play musical instruments and shout to try to keep the elephants away. There would be a battle every night. I would hear this battle as I was meditating. And one funny incident, again, I have to say, was about cobra snakes. Once I took a walk and I ran into this Indian man with a satchel. And he said, "Let me show you what's in it." And he opened it up. And out of the satchel came about 7 or 8 deadly cobra snakes. And he told me these snakes are very poisonous, super poisonous. And he said his job is he took them to New Delhi Hospital every day. That's his job. And they paid him money because they use the snakes for antidote in case someone got. Anyway, the snakes are coming towards me, and I'm saying, "Please, please, please." And he finally came and wow, I was really scared at that one. So a lot of adventures with animals. And unfortunately at that time I got a letter that my visa application to remain in India was declined. I had to go home. I was feeling really, really sad. But Gurudev cheered me up, and he gave me an assignment. He said, "Go back, try to organize the people in our yoga group, try to contact them and organize them, get a job, earn money, and come back to India for more training." And that night, it was a great honor. He allowed me to sleep in his tent with Gurudev and his adopted son, Guru Prasad, and I was right in between them. and they just gave me so much love. And I went to, it was the end, 8 months of trip to India, changed my life. Yoga was now my focus of my life. So one adventure was coming to an end. And now I'm going back to America for another adventure. Thank you, everyone. Good night.